You know what? No. Enough's enough. I can't do this again. I can't look at even more people who had one super simple job and messed it up. Sometimes you have to look inside yourself and say, what am I willing to put up with today? And let me tell you, it's not this. Come on, bro, it's toilet paper. It has a hole in the middle specifically made for toilet roll holders, and you just rammed it on there? Were you raised by Neanderthals? Right, fine. I will do this. But by God, this is the last time, and I'm done being nice, okay? Here are even more people who have had the simplest jobs in the entire world and still somehow messed them up. All right, what's first on the... Oh, come on, seriously? This is road painting, not rocket science. How hard is it to draw two straight lines over a flat piece of asphalt? My 2-year-old nephew could do better. Okay, maybe the paint dispensing system wobbled as it was running. Or maybe it was just one idiot with a paintbrush. Either way, if you live in Mililani, Hawaii, where your tax dollars paid for this, then I'd consider moving. But I guess when it comes to road markings, it can always get worse. For the love of, how messed up must your mind be for this to be acceptable? That is a child, or at least it was meant to be, because now it looks like a tiny pervert. God, I really hope this wasn't laid down outside of school. Though the road marking idiocy doesn't end there. Oh, you hear that? That was the sound of me face-palming so hard it got picked up by my mic. Okay, let's walk through every possibility. Someone started painting this disabled parking bay sign. They painted the guy sitting down. Then, because they have no concept of how a wheelchair works, they drew the wheel through the guy's legs. Once they were done, they realized wheelchairs don't work like that, so they painted the flipped guy and then just called it a day. It's either that or this parking bay is for gynecologists. And this one, what does it say? Noli? What was that even supposed to say? You had noli one job, man. Okay, you're not stupid. You know I'm not the only channel that makes You Had One Job videos. You can go to the search bar right now, type in You Had One Job, and voila. But before you do, be prepared because those other channels put up videos like this. Yeah, you can read that. I can read that. It says, You Had One Jobs. Jobs. One jobs. A singular thing. It's not plural. Bro, you had one job to make a thumbnail banner reading You Had One Job and you put an S in there? Why? For flavor? For spice? For sheer incompetence? The irony here might actually kill me. Now, when I'm in the mood for some real flavor, I like to treat myself to some fast food. It's terrible for you, sure, but it's cheap, tasty, and you always know what to expect. For example, I love a good sandwich, and Arby's have this awesome-looking one with a sesame seed bun. Man, I'm salivating just thinking about it. Bring it on. No, hang on. God, bring it off. What the heck is that supposed to be? I know it's called a sesame seed bun, but there's definitely supposed to be more than one seed, like a lot more. Jeez. This is the single most depressing looking sandwich I've seen in my entire life. Looks like Arby's are trying to compete with McDonald's Happy Meals with their own sad meals. But hey, McDonald's definitely needs someone to put it in its place. It's slipping. Just look at this abomination. Now, I'm sure it's supposed to say, Welcome to McDonald's. What it actually says is, Welcome, 12 co's McDonald, me too. Way McDonald's signed McDon.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Who is McDon? Why is he Donald's? We may never know. I hope we don't. I just want to eat some damn fries in peace. Now, when it comes to food, I always read the label. I want to know exactly what junk I'm shoveling into my mouth. But reading this label left me with more questions than answers. Behold, black and white cookies. Were these things packaged by someone with color blindness? Honestly, I hope so. The alternative is that these cookies started with a white half, but have since become infected with some sort of hideous mold. How can someone manage to ruin cookies for me? At least I can always sit back with some nice lemonade. Oh, come on with the labels! Again, either this was another case of color blindness or the bottles have been messed with. The pink lemonade has been emptied and replaced with a strange yellow liquid. Please don't be pee. Now, I'm a pretty fashionable guy. You only have to look at my awesome clothing line at the Be Amazed store. Link in the description, of course. But other people wind up wearing garbage like this. If I saw someone wearing this in the street, I'd probably scream, throw my taco to the ground, and storm off in a rage. How do you even pronounce this? 20-thund? 23-nd? The fact that this made it past the design phase, let alone to manufacturing, God, I'm enraged. This is why you should shop at my store instead. But if you're not cool enough for that sort of thing, there are more terrible alternatives. If you type just about anything into Google, you can find a t-shirt with it on. The rise of auto merch stores means anything can be transposed onto a shirt these days. The problem with that is, anything can be transferred onto a shirt these days. These sites just pump out designs by superimposing them onto existing models wearing plain shirts, which is where we get problems like this. Something tells me this quite clearly white man does not in fact love being a black woman. But hey, this auto shirt company decided that checking their work wasn't going to be a priority, and now it's everyone else's problem. What's even funnier is that none of the models here, not even the women, are black. Phenomenal. But where do those people who buy these ugly clothes keep them? Where do they hang their terrible fits? Probably on this thing. No, I haven't rotated the image. Some goober actually installed a coat hook completely the wrong way around. No, it's fine. You only have to stare at this damned thing while you slowly screwed it in. Did they even notice afterwards? Or maybe this was the work of a particularly peeved contractor. I can only imagine what terrible thing the homeowner did to justify this vicious act of vengeance. Bacon is love. Bacon is life.
Bacon is good for me.
Some like it super crispy, but I like it juicy. Oh good, this store has the exact signage to direct me to what I want. Oh, come on! Did whoever stocked these shelves stop reading the sign halfway through? Did they see juicy and think, yeah, juice is juicy? Close enough. Okay, obviously the store workers just haven't swapped over the labeling here. I say obviously because how do you get this wrong? Either the shelf stacker in charge here couldn't read or they're trying to give me an aneurysm. How hard is it to put the toothbrushes under the sign that says toothbrushes and the toothpaste under the sign that says toothpaste? That's it, I'm going home. Sometimes when I walk home, I like to step between different colored tiles. No specific reason, it's just a silly little game that makes a boring stroll a little more fun. But if I was walking on this sidewalk, I'd suddenly find myself having the worst day ever. It was so close to being perfect. I bet whoever did this pours milk into their bowl before the cereal. One tile, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try. Who's your favorite superhero? Spider-Man? Captain America? The Hulk? Batman? Did I stutter? That's Batman. That's obviously Batman. Oh, it's not Batman? Then I need to throw this backpack away. Yeah, what did the creators of this abomination think the S on his costume stood for? Batman? No, that's probably giving them way too much credit. There's no way they even considered it. If there's one thing that everybody should consider, it's consistency. Take me. I always upload quality content. I'm consistent. Whoever is responsible for this travesty, on the other hand, is not. I don't know who did this or why, but I just want to talk to them. Oh, just a friendly chat so that I can ask a few questions. Okay, I have no idea if this was done at the factory or staged for the photo, but either way, someone out there wants me to suffer. No, a lot of people do. There's something about basic construction fails that really grinds my gears. For example, look, it must have taken more effort to insert this window on its side. So why the heck would anyone do that? Well, I couldn't find anything else on this image. It doesn't appear to be Photoshop. Could it be an art piece? I guess the point of art is to make you feel something, and it does that, because I feel rage. School was not a fun time for me. Somewhere between the awful lunches and the bullying, I decided I hated the place. However, at least my school didn't have... What in the sweet baby Jesus? Tell me I'm seeing this wrong. Those are toilet roll dispensers outside the stalls and at head height. Was there not enough room in the budget to give each stall a holder, so they just opted for one long, cursed communal holder? Seems like bathrooms are cursed more often than I thought. Take a look at this thing. Yeah, that's right. This is a toilet, but out in the open, raised several feet off the ground. No, it's fine. I'll just clamber up there and take a dump in front of you. Mind passing me some toilet paper? Someone looked at this urinal and really thought, gee, how can I make peeing as a guy harder? What if instead of placing this thing at hip height, where, the equipment is, I put it at head height instead? Apparently, this one actually has some kind of explanation. It's supposedly, and I'm serious, a vomit toilet from a German brewery. The one time that one of these things has a semi-rational explanation, and it makes me feel ill. God, I'm gonna need to use the vom toilet at this rate. But what about this one then? Is this a barf urinal? A puke hole complete with handrails in case your vom is so powerful it sends you flying across the restroom. I reckon the whole vomit receptacle justification was something the plumbers came up with on the spot when they realized how badly they'd screwed up. I have no idea what kind of justification the architect of this bathroom came up with. Question: what do you usually use as a doorstop? A wedge? A big rock? A toilet? So I want to be kind and give whoever installed this benefit of the doubt. But that's not a new toilet, that's just been installed. Look at all the gunk on the cistern. That toilet's been there a while.
I'm tired, boss.
So either someone installed a door behind this toilet, or this situation has been like this for a long time. Holy, you don't need to poop and show the whole world just because your DIY skills suck. Just take the door off its hinges. Would that be so hard? But I don't think there's anything that can be done to salvage whatever the hell this is. What? Your school doesn't have a communal pee corner where you can take a leak while having a little cuddle with bro? No, of course it doesn't. Because your bathroom wasn't installed by someone with an IQ the same as their age. I don't even think it's possible for two people to fit in that pee corner, let alone both whiz. An absolute smooth brain devised this system, and I hope they step on Lego for the next week. Speaking of smooth brains, take a look at this mind-boggling lamppost placement. This must have been done after the property was built, right? There's no way anybody would be stupid enough to start construction knowing full well it was gonna get in the way like this. But even then, why not just make the ramp curved to avoid the pole? I have to know more. Is there another entrance? I mean, there must be, right? There are other cars in there. Then why have the lamp ramp? Get rid of it, damn it. Ever pushed on a pull door? Or ever pulled on a push door? Oh, so embarrassing. But how is this meant to work exactly? Wait, I'm so confused. Was it really too hard to mark a handleless door with a push plate? God, this is a DIY job if I've ever seen one. We've established today that DIY is not for everyone. For example, this guy. This guy came across a tiling pattern which was missing one black tile. That's, infuriating. But don't worry, our guy decided to fix it. How? By replacing it? By removing it? Nah, just by using a Sharpie. God, I'm surprised he wasn't using a crayon. It was almost less of a problem the way it was before. I hate it. I hate it so much. Mario. From the game series Super Mario, arguably the most iconic and recognizable video game character ever created. I say arguably because the idiot that packaged these mugs decided to throw that common knowledge to the wind. Yes, Mario, the notorious Xbox guy. No, wait, sorry, it's Mario from Minecraft, yeah. You know, the game where everything is famously blocks? And Mario, the smooth, curvy designed Mario, definitely belongs there. Okay, well, I'm sure a Minecraft Mario skin exists. This just sucks. Bike lanes. In theory, an ideal extension of the road that allows cyclists and cars to coexist without losing their temper at one another. In reality, it's not the drivers and riders we need to worry about, but the creators of those lanes. Yeah, the authorities in Menorca thought that this was totally fine. Why wouldn't they just make the bike lane straight? It clearly didn't have to be flush to the road, so why weave it next to it like that? Okay, it might actually not be as bad as it looks. Looking at the road from above on Google Maps, the weave is more gradual. It looks extreme from this perspective. Still, how do you not make a bike lane straight? How did the guy laying the lane justify what was happening? Ooh, sheeple, I swear. But hey, could be worse. Could be this bike lane in Mariupol, Ukraine. Apparently, this path was started from two different ends, and both crews were told to make sure the bike lane section was built on the right. Okay, these guys were just following instructions, but why did they continue building all the way up to one another? Did no one on either team, look up? You ever been in a car that has those super sleek electric handles which are flush to the door and only pop out when you approach? Yeah, well, say hello to the opposite of that. For one, how does this actually work? And two, how is the owner still alive? No, the lock itself isn't dangerous, but surely they must have died of embarrassment. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not like the car was made with that embarrassing feature. Unlike this one. Yep, this is an electric car. This is meant to be the charging port, but whoever designed the charging icon has actually made it look like it is the dong port. No, the design blindness is real. Saying that, a car that runs on dongs might actually be the next big thing, Elon. In theory, railings should be impossible to mess up. They just follow the line of incline they are placed on, so if anything, as long as the stairs or ramp go in one direction, railings should go on the same— Oh, god damn it! The stairs must have already been there. This should literally be impossible to have gotten wrong, and yet, humanity. Still, it could be worse. Could be. Oh, I really made the decision to test myself today. All right, let me try to rationalize this for my own sanity. There are two steps here. Someone genuinely might need the most pointless rail in existence to get up them. Fine. Maybe it has a legitimate purpose, but it still looks dumb as all hell. And you can't argue with me on that. Okay. In the same vein of who's so dumb they can mess up a railing, I present, how low does your IQ have to be to get stairs wrong? Well, let's ask the Australians, whose St. Lucia campus in Queensland has this abomination. Apparently these stairs, known as pointless stairs, were originally built when the building itself was designed to be taller. They then scrapped those plans and settled for a lower building, but left the stairs. Oh, this may be a school, but I can't help but feel like they've still got some learning to do. In this series, I've covered signs. I've covered a lot of signs, because despite signs being the single most basic form of communication humanity can create, like some are literally just a couple of lines that denote a single, super basic concept, some god-tier idiot will undoubtedly find a way to screw them up. For example, take a look. What does this sign mean? That's a guy swimming with a big red line through it. Any guesses? Yeah, no swimming. Anyone with eyes can see that this means no swimming, except whoever made this goddamn sign. No smoking. If anything, these are two opposite concepts. You'd find it pretty difficult to go swimming and smoke at the same time, so which is it, huh? Can I do either? How about this one then? What could this sign possibly mean? It's not hard. No weapons allowed, probably in a US state with open carry. Let's get this over with then. What does it say? No pets? No pets. Ah, sure. Sorry, Glocky. You'll have to wait outside while Daddy pops inside for groceries. Please don't pet my handgun. He has anxiety issues. But what about my emotional support rifle? Is he allowed? Okay, so this may as well just be two separate notices that are super close together. It has to be, right? Nobody can be this stupid, right? It should be so simple to match a caption with an image like that. But let's be fair. What if the person doesn't speak English? Fine. What I can't excuse is something like this. It's so agonizingly clear which bottom image should connect with the top one. And yet, somebody hired a moron of biblical proportions. A moron written about in legend. Their name etched into the annals of idiot history. Or maybe this was said dope's attempt at humor, and I've become so jaded by things that I've seen that little part of me has died. What little of my soul remains would definitely fade away if my friend opened his car door to this. Hop in. How about no? I don't think I need to tell you how stupid this is, right? A random folding chair is not a substitute for a car seat. It's not even secured to the vehicle. You'd just get flung around. If you had to brake hard, you'd hit the damn ceiling. This is so simple, people. But apparently there's just a whole host of dunderheads that just can't seem to wrap their little heads around how chairs work. Like this numbskull. No. Take your time. Take a good long look and see if you can figure out what's wrong with this. No, wait. Could take a while. Yeah, some guy bought an IKEA chair, then spent an extended period of time assembling it like this. Not once did they stop and look at their work. They deserve to sit on a chair like that. Then whenever I go for a drive, I'm obsessed with finding the best parking spot. It's got to be relatively far away from the store and other cars, so nobody dings my ride. But this guy seems to have chosen the worst parking spot possible. What even happened here? Seems like the crew who paved the parking lot couldn't be bothered to get the person to move their car. Just call someone and tell them. But turns out there's multiple layers to the madness, like an onion of incompetence. See, the employees had been told for weeks not to park in the lot on the date that it was due to be paved. So what did the chuckles over here do? He parked in the damn lot on the date it was due to be paved. 2 parties, 2 idiots, 1 infuriated YouTuber. Okay. Calm down, Amazed. I just need a little sweet treat to chill me out. Maybe some candy. Oh, come on! When the dude was told to fill up the candy machine, how could he not have known that he needed to open the bags? If you put a coin in this machine, nothing will come out. Check your work. How many times do I have to say it? I want my candy, damn it. But at the very least, a screwed up candy dispenser isn't likely to hurt anyone. This debacle, however, oh boy. You aren't supposed to thread anything other than low-voltage electrical cables through walls as they can overheat. It's a genuine risk. It can catch fire and burn away all your damn insulation. Plus, it just looks atrocious. It's laziness. Laziness, I tell you. But you can't get any lazier than this. What the hell is wrong with people? Somebody wrote out all the text for this broadcast and left one job to the editor. Put the correct domain name in the text. But nope. Too hard. Gosh, what ticks me off most is how many totally qualified people were probably turned down for that position. People who probably wouldn't have been so damn lazy. But no, you just had to choose the utter clown that couldn't be bothered to Google a website. In fact, you know what? That's it. There are your AAA gas prices. Was that so hard? Was it? Whew, all right, Amazed. Calm down. Remember, this is why you meditate. So long as that's the last entry I have for today's video, everything is gonna be okay. Bus slop. Bus slop. Nope. I'm done. I'm so out. What's that? These are capital letters, so this would actually say bus psyop? Oh, well, gee, thanks. Oh, that's much better.
Oh, by the way, I was being sarcastic.
I did it. I made it to the end, with only minimal blowing of gaskets, somehow. Which of these entries enraged you, like me? Or did you just enjoy my suffering? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I need to go lie down now.